Welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you tonight from Chesterton High School as the Region Sports Network features Indiana High School girls basketball as the Valparaiso Vikings visit the Chesterton Trojans. I'm Andrew Miles. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast. And ladies and gentlemen, these two teams simply do not like one another. This is the Porter County Brawl. Two teams in the Dual Athletic Conference that have been battling it out for a long time. And this two teams, their histories go a little bit deeper thanks to a carousel of coaching changes this past summer, where coach for the Chesterton Trojans, Jack Campbell, decided to retire after 36 years at the helm. So the Chesterton Trojans went out and they grabbed Candy Wilson, who was at Valparaiso for quite some time. She was there for 10 years and won back-to-back sectional championships and helped Valpo win their first regional championship since 2004, a year ago. But she decided to pack her bags and trade in the green and white for the maroon and gold and head back to her alma mater of Chesterton and lead this group of Trojans. And meanwhile, for Valparaiso, they were able to grab Kelly Kratz, who coincidentally is also a Chesterton graduate, and she was a coach of Maryville High School for a few years and helped them win a couple of sectional championships and a regional title herself. And for the Valparaiso Vikings, they've started 3-0 in DAC play. So even though there has been a new era of Valparaiso Vikings women's basketball, the success is still there. They're being led by Lillian Barnes, a 1,000-point scorer in her own right, averaging over 23 points and 6.5 rebounds. For Chesterton, they'll go at 2-1, but 9-3 overall. They have one loss in conference play against LC, but this game's going to be a little bit personal for both sides as Valpo has knocked them out of the postseason for the past 2 years. We're going to step aside for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and girls basketball here from Chesterton, Indiana. These are watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Tonight, the Chesterton High School girls basketball program presents a salute to service. We would like to take a moment to honor some very special community members that are joining us. These individuals have served and protected our community and country as first responders, EMTs, doctors and nurses, and as members of one of the branches of our armed services. Whether they are a veteran, active duty service member, guardsman, or reservist, it is their service and sacrifice that has kept our country and communities safe and free. If you are currently serving or have completed your duty, please stand. Big round of applause. Thank you for your service and dedication. Now we invite everyone to please stand. Gentlemen, kindly remove your hats and remain standing as Boy Scout Troop 924 presents our nation colors, while the Chesterton High School Pep Band, under the direction of Vince Arizzi, performs our national anthem.
Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is 32 degrees with 10-mile-per-hour winds, some snow outside. It's feeling like it's 22 degrees, but luckily with these two teams battling it out tonight, it's going to get really warm in this gym, I have to understand, as the Valparaiso Vikings getting ready for their starting lineup. They'll go as this: Cadence Clark, Bree Finn Cannon, Lillian Barr, the player that we already mentioned, getting very close to 1,200 points in her illustrious career already at Valpo. She's only a junior, so there's a good chance she's going to get way past 1,200 points when it's all said and done. Cheyenne Brown and Delilah Kincaid. And again, they're led by Kelly Kratz, a three-time team MVP for Chesterton in her playing days. She graduated in 2006, a DAC MVP, a 1,000-point scorer. Graduated just down the road from Valpo University. And she's second all-time in Chesterton girls basketball history. It's her first year with the Valparaiso Vikings, trying to get them back to the promised land where they got to semi-state, knocking on the door of making a state championship game. And she moved over from Maryville High School. Chesterton, they're getting ready for their starting five. They're led by Candy Wilson, her 27th year as a head coach, 16 at Boone Grove, about 20 minutes from where we are sitting, and 10 at Valpo, a little bit closer. And she talked about it when they were interviewing her about her move from Valparaiso to Chesterton, and she says it's not personal. She still cares for all the girls here in this Valpo club, but she just wanted to come back to her school because she knows this opportunity was going to be coming knocking at the door very shortly, as Jack Campbell is calling it after over 3.5 decades. Their starting lineup: Allison Van Clay, Isabel Connors, Liv Roach, and Kennedy Bradley. So that's the starting five for Chesterton. Valpo in the huddle right here in front of their own bench. They want to win this game badly. And let's see if they can get it done here tonight and make it 6 straight wins against the Chesterton Trojans. Both teams coming in red hot. Valpo has won 5 in a row, blowing out teams with a 20.2 average margin of victory, with one of those wins being a 51-point blowout against the Slicers. Chesterton, on the other hand, a 4-game winning streak, and their average margin of victory has been 30.8. The most recent win was a 62-23 win against Kankakee Valley. Cheyenne Brown will be jumping against Isabel Connors, a sophomore versus a senior. Valpo wearing the black jerseys, Chesterton wearing the home whites. Packed crowd on hand for this Porter County brawl. Let's get it started. It's won by Chesterton, so the possession arrow will belong to Valpo as Chesterton gets set up into their offense. They're averaging around 53 points per game. Their defense has been incredible. They rack up a lot of steals. But let's see if they get the offense going right here. They get into the side, back up top, just trying to set up the offense. The band's here, a lot of Chesterton fans on the other side, and you got Valpo fans behind us wearing the green and white. Trying to go baseline, nothing there. Ball is loose, it's stolen by Valpo, but a wild pass is going to go out of bounds. Cheyenne Brown was able to pick up the loose basketball and try to get it to her intended target, the outlet pass, but a little bit off, trying to get it to Delilah Kincaid. So that's an early turnover for both teams. So Chesterton will get the ball right back. They ran off some time already, about 41 seconds, as they get set back up. Kennedy Bradley, the point guard, running it here. Get it into the side to Liv Roach. Roach being guarded very tightly. Valpo themselves can rack up a lot of steals. Here comes an attack down the lane. Wild shot is off the side rim. Not enough there. As Allison Van Clay misses the first field goal attempt for Chesterton. Penetrating the paint, kicking it back outside. Back down low, wide open left hand, and that's off. They're able to get the offensive rebound. Back out, swinging it around. Here's a three-pointer, and that's range! Delilah Kincaid, a 14% three-point shooter, tries her luck to knock it down. Chesterton transition 3, misses everything, goes out of bounds. As Novia Brandon got hit hard, but she was just rushing her shot, heard the footsteps coming, and she missed it. And luckily for her, it deflected off of a Valpo player and went out of bounds. And a foul call, the first one of the game. And that's on Kincaid. As we mentioned, Valpo has knocked out Chesterton the last 2 years in sectionals, and they've won 5 in a row. The last time Chesterton picked up a win against Valpo was in 2020, so it's been quite some time. Just over 4 years. It was on December 18th, 2020. What a time that was. Chesterton having a hard time getting into their offense here. Valpo with some really tough defense. Bad pass, and Valpo was able to get to the passing lane and poke it away. Brief and Cannon getting her hand on the basketball. Trying to look for another 3, this time from the corner, and it's off the back rim. Chesterton secures the rebound. Liv Roach. Just under 3 rebounds a game, gets her first one of the game right here. And Chesterton and Valpo battling for the ball. Chesterton regathers it. They've been able to get a couple of 50-50 balls to go their way, but have not been able to capitalize on it. They have yet to score. It's only a 3-0 game, almost halfway through this first quarter of play. Chesterton just trying to figure something out right here against this very tough Valpo defense. Just playing man-to-man. It's getting up and personal. No zones here. No trickery. They just want to get right into your chest and create pressure. And right now, Chesterton has not been able to balance out that pressure. And here comes another foul call. And it's once again on Delilah Kincaid, the only person to score in this game thus far. And she's going to be checked out of the game for Kenzie Wasserman. So the sophomore coming out, being replaced by the senior. Wasserman, one of the captains, her and Lillian Barnes, the Pride representatives. Good back cut, shot up, and there was a deflection, it looked like. Long pass. The girl was open down low. She misses the shot. It goes over the iron. Cheyenne Brown was open on the block, but Chesterton came running down the floor and was able to tear the shot. There comes the pressure from Valpo in the press fashion this time. They brought this out against LaPorte, and that's how they're able to rack up so many steals and get some easy buckets to win it by over 50 points. Ball was deflected, and Chesterton misses the shot. Isabel Connors diving for the ball. Ball is still loose. Valpo secures it. They tossing it up. It's 2-on-2. Back out. Transition 3 gets blocked. It goes out of bounds. What a block there by Allison Van Clay. She's not recorded a block all year, but she gets her first one right there, and it comes from a corner 3 attempt from Valpo. Fadeaway jumper, and it looks like Coach Kratz of Valpo was not too happy with the shot choice there. Long pass down the floor, and it pays off, and they're going to say there was a foul and one opportunity coming up for Liv Roach. That was an absolute bullet of a pass down low. And not only is that a crucial bucket for Chesterton, but also a foul on Lillian Barnes. They've already lost one of their better scorers, and Chesterton is able to get to an offensive rebound, and they're going to call a jump ball, and that will belong to Valpo. Roach cannot convert the old-fashioned three-point play right there. Let's see if Lillian Barnes can get herself going here. They give her a lot of credit for her tireless work effort. Last year she was the Times Girls Basketball Player of the Year. She passes it down low. Here comes another block, but they're going to say there was a foul. For a moment there, it looked like Novia Brandon got a clean block, but Dave Uran making the call. And that's going to be the first time Valpo sets up at the charity stripe. Wasserman, who just checked into the game for Delilah Kincaid, who got in the foul trouble. 2 quick fouls for her. Wasserman, first shot is up and it is good. She's a 50% free throw shooter so far this year. 3 for 6, now 4 for 7. 4-2, Valparaiso. 2 games going on in the Region Sports Network tonight. Valpo and Chesterton here in the DAC matchup. And a very exciting game between East Chicago and Maryville. Leo Stoudeker on the call there. A lane violation. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, as it was a missed free throw from Wasserman. But at least it won't go against her percentage. I think she'll be happy about that. So she'll stay at 4 for 7 on the year. Chesterton trying to break the press here. 2 teams have won a decent amount of games in a row. Valpo with 5, Chesterton with 4, and the ball goes out of bounds as it belonged to the team in white, the Chesterton Trojans. The team that's seen a lot of success in their girls basketball program. A lot of good players coming out of the program, and now under a new era, and Chesterton just tied the game up. Bradley gliding through the lane and tossing up with the left hand, getting the kiss off the glass, and we're evened out. The zone presence here from Chesterton. That's a wild shot. Wide open down low was Wasserman. She turned around and didn't locate the basket and rushed her shot, and it sailed over. And another foul on Valpo. That's 4 on the Vikings. Usually when you think of Valparaiso, you think of good disciplined sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, or football. But right now, they're just getting a lot of lazy fouls, it feels like. Chesterton almost took the lead there as it glanced off, and another jump ball coming up, and that will go to Chesterton. Roach missing the shot.
Jump ball goes to the Trojans.
Chesterton waiting for the call from their head coach, Candy Wilson. You see it's getting a little physical. Sam Michael, the side judge, had to walk in and separate 2 of the players. It's Cheyenne Brown and Isabel Connors. We said this game's going to be personal. They took their head coach after a couple of really good seasons where Valpo has brought home some hardware. But luckily for them, they were able to grab Kelly Kratz, who has herself a good amount of hardware. But Wilson leads the series against Kratz. 3-1, but that one win was a Maryville win in sectionals against Valpo in her first year as head coach for the Pirates. Under 3 minutes to go. Chesterton feeds it to Roach. Brandon going down the lane, tosses it up, and that shot is no good. Offensive rebound, wild shot. That's off the mark, back out. Here comes a 3-pointer, and that's off the back rim. Ball being batted around, and a lot of second, third, fourth chance looks, but off the knee. Bad pass down the floor, has to be regained. Wild shot is off, and Chesterton secures the rebound. Chesterton securing a lot of offensive rebounds early. Steal opportunity, and that's going to be a great play by Cheyenne Brown. Tipped it away on a rainbow pass. Pass down low to a cutting player, and that player is going to get hit, and she's going to go to the line. It's Kenzie Wasserman, the senior connection. That was a good pass from Lillian Barnes. Barnes can do a little bit of everything for Valpo. Score, pass, play defense. And right now she's been playing somewhat of a facilitator for Valpo. And it's got to be interesting for Barnes and his Valpo team that played under Candy Wilson. She knows their weaknesses. She knows their strengths. And she's been coaching for a long time. Her 27th year as a head coach for 3 different programs. So she knows how to exploit those weaknesses. Wasserman goes 2 for 2. So she's 3 for 3 at the line. And that's going to give Valpo the lead right back. A low-scoring first quarter, but both teams really feeling each other out right now. And they're going to call another foul, and it's on Lillian Barnes. It's her second foul. Sam Michael, the referee, making the call, saying that Barnes got her in the face. Barnes had jumped up to try to knock down the overhead pass, but then they went for the bounce pass, so they brought their head down and got hit in the face. So with 2:03 to go in this first quarter, it's going to be free throws for Chesterton. First shot is off. This is Kendi Bradley, averaging 13 points this year. She's 17 for 27 at the line, now 17 for 28. That's a 63%, but she converts the second one. So she splits a pair and makes it a 6-5 game. Bradley, a two-time All-DAC player, trying to see if she gets going as this game goes along. Barnes down low, she goes up, and she's going to get the block call. So now it's Chesterton's turn to gawk at the call. Barnes went in there with reckless abandon. She did not care who was in front of her. She lowered the shoulder, going to score by any means necessary. Barnes gets to the free throw line a good amount of the time. She went 5 for 5 in the last game in their win against McCutcheon. And she's 40 for 52. That's 77% at the charity stripe. And she goes 2 for 2, gets a friendly roll as it tickles the twine on the way down. Valpo with the 8-5 lead, so using the press right here. Barnes playing a little bit off this time. She'll want to get her third foul in just the first quarter. Chesterton breaks it, and the ball is on the ground, and a good recovery to make sure that that wasn't a turnover as Van Clay was following out of bounds, was able to regain the ball and deflect it off one of the Valpo defenders, forcing her out of bounds. Pass into Van Clay. Chesterton only made one field goal thus far. Here comes the attack. Pass to the block. And good defense by the Vikings. They had about 4 or 5 different girls in the paint. A lot of black jerseys in that area. Barnes going down to the mid-range. Kicks it back out as she was being double-teamed. Chesterton running this 2-3 zone, and here comes a steal. This could be 2, an easy 2, and it is. Kennedy Bradley, who averages over 3 steals a game, deflects the pass, goes down the floor, and turns great defense into easy transition offense. It's a 1-point game. Barnes was being double-teamed, and that was an ill-advised shot. Pass down the floor, kind of into the fast break, and that ball is halfway going down the iron before it fell out, and Chesterton with a reach-in foul. Let's see who it's on. It's on Liv Roach. Roach has already scored a bucket tonight for Chesterton after she went 0 for 2 from the field against Kankakee Valley in their most recent victory. This could be the final shot of the first quarter. 33 seconds, but both offenses have been having a hard time setting up, but Wasserman tried to stop, but she kept on moving, and that will be a travel. Somewhat of a rough first quarter for Valpo in terms of fouls and turnovers, but still leading. Their defense has done a pretty good job thus far. Late substitution here, but it's not going to go off in time. Coach Kratz is trying to toss in Katie Offman. 22 seconds. Chesterton could hold it for the final shot. There's a girl wide open down low. She gets the ball. Wild shot as she was shooting with her back to the basket, and it was just off the mark, trying to hit it off the white square. Barnes goes into the corner. Back out. 3 for Brown. Pierre! The in-and-out game pays off. Here's a shot from half court, and that is off to the right. Had no chance of going in. And Valparaiso knocks down a couple of threes in the first quarter, and they'll take an 11-7 lead into the second quarter. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
You're watching the Region Sports Network. My name is Andrew Mild. We are live from Chesterton. And for the Valpo Vikings, they lead 11-7. And don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers presented by NECA IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County. Powering Indiana, the region's most trusted electricians. A quiet first quarter for Lillian Barnes, but she was able to get the assist to Cheyenne Brown for the first quarter closing three. Pass down low is off the leg of Kincaid, who checked back in after picking up 2 fouls. Barnes with a head fake going for the floater, and that's why Lillian Barnes is one of the best scorers you're going to find in girls basketball in the region. Good head fake, gets the baseline, floats it up over the rising defender and gets 2 points and gives Valpo their largest lead, and there is a travel called. Good turn of events for Valpo to open up the second quarter. They get the bucket, and then Bradley, the point guard, gets called for a travel. Barnes has scored in double digits every game this season. He gets it to the corner. That three is way off. Barnes gets the offensive rebound, passes it. Ball going up in the air, and it does not find its way down the basket. Chesterton gets the defensive rebound, and they're pushing it down the floor. They like to go fast. They had it in the corner for a moment, and they thought about taking the three, but instead decided to hold on to it. Going to reset the offense here. Heard the Chesterton coach yell, reload. Then Clay down low. Bad pass. Barnes deflects it out of bounds. Valpo loves to live in the passing lanes. You can watch their highlights from their most recent win against McCutcheon, and they're all over the place. They force the press, force you to make bad passes, and they're ready like a free safety to bring down that ball and allow their offense to get down the floor and score quick. Corner three-point attempt, and that ball was pure. Going down the floor and screaming was Lindsay McGuffey, a 37% three-point shooter. She was not going to miss that opportunity as she was left unchecked in the corner. Cutting that lead in half to 13-10. And that will most definitely be a travel. Could hear the Chesterton cheerleaders from the other side of the floor calling the travel before Dave Uran did. Way too many steps by Kincaid. Chesterton has an opportunity to tie this game. But Valpo trying to learn from their mistakes and make sure that no one's left unchecked, open from three-point land. Chesterton a 28% three-point shooting team, but the opportunity that Lindsay McGuffey had, there's not too many that are going to miss that one. McGuffey going to inbound the ball from the side in front of the home fans. Everyone bearing the conditions to come watch some very competitive girls basketball in the DAC. And, well, here's a three-point attempt. This could tie it, and it goes down. Kennedy Bradley, back-to-back threes for Chesterton. We're even down at 13. Back and forth we go. The heavyweight bout happening here in Chesterton. The Porter County brawl continues. Barnes gets inside of the zone, finds an open girl, offensive rebound, and that's 2 points for Delilah Kincaid, who opened up the game with a three-pointer. Had to come out after getting 2 fouls. Still going with the press. Ball being swung around, but that's a bad one. Barnes with the steal. She has a girl open. She regains the ball and tosses it off the side of the basket. Rebound secured by Barnes after the second miss. This will be a third look. Here's a three, and that goes down. You heard of Caitlin Clark, maybe heard of Candace Clark? She hits the three, and it's been a three-point barrage here in the second quarter. A timeout by Chesterton. We will take a timeout with them. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers can help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
We are back live as Chesterton, after taking the timeout, they tied it up at 13 apiece, hitting back-to-back threes, but Valpo has scored on back-to-back possessions on a 5-0 run, another three-point attempt, and Bradley, who made the last one for Chesterton, can't make that open look from straight on. Barnes, she's going to pull one from downtown! Lillian Barnes doing everything for her club. And it is now an 8-0 run for the Vikings, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Trying to get the steal there. I leave the girl unchecked down low, but straight up good defense as Valpo was able to recover. Rebound by Cheyenne, well, that was actually Kincaid. Barnes hit the three. Here's the corner three attempt from Valpo. That has too much on it. It's going to go over the basket, and Chesterton won't get a chance to get into their fast break. Candy Wilson looking down to her sheet of paper in her left hand and calling the play for the Trojans as Valpo sort of taking a break from the press right here, but still going to meet Bradley at half court. Chesterton trying to get it down low. But they lived on the three-point ball in the second quarter. And at least they'll get a foul call, and it's on Kincaid. That's her third. A couple of substitutions coming in. They're going to send out Barnes to get a break, and Kincaid coming out with 3 fouls. Hoffman in. Wasserman back in. Mid-range jumper goes down. Inbound play worked out for the Chesterton Trojans, and they made it a 21-15 game. What a pass down low, but they can't convert it. Offensive rebound. Hoffman can't make it. A shot goes in after they get hit. Cheyenne Brown bringing the Windex, cleaning the glass, and hanging in tough after getting hit on the arm, and she's going to go for the old-fashioned three-point play. And Lillian Barnes coming in off the bench almost immediately after the shot went in, as Fincannon will get a breather. One starter for another. Brown started the game, and Cheyenne Brown puts it in. It is a 9-2 run for Valpo ever since Chesterton tied the game at 13. Bradley running the point. She gets a screen. Going down with a head of steam. There's 4 Vikings there, but Bradley with the Euro step and tosses it off the glass for a deuce. Bradley with a tough play right there with 4 Vikings hanging in the area, but it didn't matter. She was not going to be knocked away from making those 2 points. Bradley gets the steal, and from her knees able to pass it back out, and timeout. 30-second timeout, so we will stick right here. But with that steal from Kennedy Bradley, right there are some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4 Indiana/Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. Don't forget, at the end of the game, we have a couple of awards to hand out. Of course, with every Region Sports Network broadcast, it's the Crown Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. We have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. And the Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. Kenzie Wasserman, number 31, who's out there for Valpo, was able to win that Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game in their semi-state game against Noblesville. She finished with 7 points, but after a rough start for Valpo in that game, they rewarded her. It'll make her blue-collar player of the game, and she made some tough shots. Barnes was going down the lane. The ball gets knocked out of her hand, and some of the Chesterton Trojans believe it hit off her leg, and then Valpo's arguing that she was fouled. Well, the referee not calling either one. They're just calling a block for one of the Chesterton Trojans. Hard to tell which one when there's 3 players down there going with Barnes wherever she goes. Cross-court pass to Brown. Barnes being triple teamed, and there is a steal, ripping it right out of her hands. Was Reese Delbeck, who just came into the game. Stealing from a near 1,200-point scorer. Cheyenne Brown with good defense, and Barnes leaped into the air and deflected it away. She's running down the floor, and she's being called for a travel. Coach Krantz thought it should have been called a block. She was giving Dave Uran the block signal from this side of the floor right in front of us. Uran on the other side. She thought that her junior leading scorer, Lillian Barnes, was bumped, and that's why she kept moving, but Uran saw it a different way, and Barnes will be credited with a turnover. She had 5 against McCutcheon. So Chesterton has a chance to try and cut into this lead. Barnes coming in and gets the ball. 2-on-1. She goes up. She gets hit. And they almost went down. And she goes crashing into the Chesterton band. They're right behind the basket to our right. Almost hitting that drum set. Barnes went to the free throw line earlier and went 2 for 2. She's now 3 for 3. If you want to win a tough game like this, high emotions, trying to beat your former coach, you need to hit your free throws. And so far, that's what Lillian Barnes has done. Extending Valpo's lead to 25-17, an 8-point lead, trying to get it to 9. And she will. Nothing but net for Lillian Barnes. Chesterton is looking for someone to step up offensively. Delbeck has her pass deflected by Barnes. She's been all over the place. She goes up with the left hand and just barely hit the backboard. Open girl down low, and that's going to lead to 2 points. McGuffey was not credited for by Valpo. She was wide open. All you had to do was hit her in stride, and she was able to do the rest, finishing with her left hand and making it a 7-point game with 100 seconds to go. Ball gets away from Wasserman. 2-on-2. Bradley, 3, off. Kennedy Bradley trying her luck with a transition 3. That would have been a big shot for Chesterton, but Valpo with a sigh of relief and another turnover. You can tell that sometimes Valpo rushes themselves. They're able to get it up to Hoffman, and she took off before she took any dribbles. Well, here's something to keep note of. Bree Van Cannon has come back in, and she's going wherever Bradley is going. They were in the backcourt, and Bradley was right next to her, hip to hip. And Finn Cannon, after I mention that, will be pinned with a foul. Second team foul on Valpo, who had over 5 in the first quarter, which allowed Chesterton to get some free points from the line. 26-19. 2 fouls on each side, and for Finn Cannon, that was her first foul. Finn Cannon, a junior. Here's a 3 on its way, no good. It looked like Chesterton was about to get an offensive rebound, but it was knocked away almost immediately as Isabel Connors thought she had a free board in her hands, but Valpo with an effort play. One more pass, corner 3, straight line, but it's off the side rim. Not enough on it by Clark. Transition 3 again from Chesterton, and the air ball. Rebound, and Valpo couldn't make this a 10-point lead. They're going to go for the mid-range. Barnes' shot is just off the mark. It looked good off the hand, but just a little bit to the left, and Chesterton had the ball go out of bounds, so Valpo will set up down low, but before we do that, we have to wait for someone to tie their shoe. That's why you got a double knot. Sometimes triple knot. 38.6 seconds left in the first half. Valpo wanted the foul call there, but they're not going to get it as Bradley reached in. Barnes 3, good! Lillian Barnes, have yourself a first half. 3-level score. She has scored from down low, from the mid-range, and from three. Now 2 threes for her in this second quarter, and it's a 10-point lead for the green and white. Chesterton looking almost timid here on offense. That was a bad shot. And Valpo could be called for a foul. Well, correction, that was on Chesterton. So Connors, who missed the shot, then gets called for a foul. A double whammy on the senior, averaging 7.3 points. I haven't really said her name a whole lot. Wasserman's going to come in for Barnes. So Barnes coming out. Gotta be curious why the move is there. Valpo trying to inbound the ball. They do successfully. Clock running down. Here comes the three from half court. And it was short and off. And the Valparaiso Vikings with a good run to close out the second quarter. We're even at 13 apiece. They go on a 16-6 run, and they'll take a 29-19 lead in the halftime. We'll be right back after this commercial break. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Game can go.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers could help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Thank you for joining us here on the Region Sports Network and starting off your weekend, maybe your holiday break. And happy holidays, no matter what holiday you celebrate this time of year. Hopefully it's a good one with friends and family. But right now we're seeing ourselves a very good basketball game between Valpo and Chesterton's. Rivalry runs deep, and for a moment there they were just trading punches. It's kind of a slow start for both teams offensively in the first quarter, but as the second quarter started, then we really saw the offensive tempo pick up, and some of the star players really start making the plays that we thought they would make to start off the game, that being from Lillian Barnes. She had a very impressive first quarter, and in every game this year for Valpo, she had double digit. She even had a couple of 30-point games, and she's already across double digits thus far as Valpo has a 10-point lead. And for the Chesterton Trojans, they're still trying to find their footing offensively. They're able to knock down some threes from Kennedy Bradley and Lindsay McGuffey, and that seemed to get them started. They're still looking for other players like Isabel Connors get going, and even their standout Novia Brandon, who made some plays, but no one really taking the lead for Chesterton's offense in the first half, sometimes looking somewhat timid and having some bad passes against a very physical Valparaiso defense. And don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers presented by NECA, IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County. 2 games on the Region Sports Network tonight. It's this one, these 2 DAC teams, and an exciting one going on at East Chicago Central between the Maryville Pirates and the Cardinals. And, of course, big game going on between 2 Indiana college teams, the Hoosiers and the Fighting Irish. And just giving you a bit of a score update, Notre Dame leads 14-0 after scoring a 98-yard touchdown. For Valpo, if they want to win this game, I think it's simple as this. They need Lillian Barnes to keep doing what she's doing. Not only did she start to score to close out the second quarter, she was also dishing the basketball and finding some open girls. I was also mightily impressed with Cheyenne Brown. She's a 5'10 sophomore, but she's wide and strong, so she was able to get down low, create some space, and grab some offensive rebounds. And the scoreboard update for the Cardinals and the Pirates. The Cardinals lead 37-26. They just got started in the second half. For Chesterton, they need someone to step up. Again, sometimes you're watching them and some of their players, like Bradley, was trying to get open, but she's being watched by her fellow number 12 in Bree Foncannon, who's hip-to-hip with her, and if she's not going to get open, not sure where the scoring is going to come from, as Bradley is the only Chesterton Trojan to be averaging over double-digit points. She averages 13 exactly through the first 12 games of the year. And if Valpo can win this game, they go to 4-0 in DAC play. Chesterton will drop to 2-2, and the Trojans, starting off in this new era, they would like to pick up this win right here against a team that has had their number for quite some time. But as we said, it's going to come down to one player stepping up and being the leader on offense. Their defense did a pretty good job, just sometimes they focus too much on Barnes and wanted to see if someone else can beat them. And I'll say this for sure, the supporting cast behind Lillian Barnes had themselves a mighty impressive close to that second quarter. Getting ready close to resume basketball. Some fans ran to the concession stand and coming back. And if you're driving right now and listening to this game, please be careful. I was being informed of the weather. It's not too great here in Northwest Indiana. It's that 3-letter word we do not like, lake effect snow. 35 seconds to go, and it is halftime, and Chesterton band trying to get their team rallied here. They'll flip sides. Valpo will be heading to our left, Chesterton to our right, as Coach Kratz, first-year head coach of Valpo, with some final words. Candy Wilson, first-year head coach of Chesterton, coming over from Valpo, trying to see if she can beat her former team. And that's the one interesting part about a coach carousel. All it takes is someone like a legend of Jack Campbell, who's already in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame for 36 years. He retired, opening up the job here. Wilson headed over. And then Kratz came over from Maryville. She traded in the purple for the green. And she's trying to pick up a win against Wilson. Wilson 3-1 against Kratz. Both of them former Chesterton Trojans themselves. Wilson, a 1990 graduate. Kratz, a 2006 graduate. Went to college at Valparaiso University. Chesterton will start with the ball. They won the jump ball, but we've seen a couple of jump balls since then. But if you're just joining us, watch this very tough Valpo defense. Bree Van Cannon, some of the best hands you're going to find by any defender, is right on top of Bradley. And a bad pass didn't allow Chesterton to attempt an open three as Brandon had an open look, but she had to regain the basketball. Loose ball, gathered, shot up and good. Going around the defense was Van Clay, and she'll pick up 2 points to open up the second half, 29-21. Just getting to a minute into this new half of play. Valpo went on to a 16-6 run to close out the first half. Hitting some threes, but also they've been able to secure some offensive rebounds down low. And you have to know, if you're Candy Wilson, you're emphasizing, hey, we cannot allow Valpo to have second and third chance look, especially when they have some pretty good scores on their team. Valpo averages 65 points per game. That is a good amount of points in girls basketball. If you consider that Chesterton averages just above 50 and 52.9. A turnover on Valpo will allow Chesterton to maybe start off with a run here in the second half. Bradley going to her right, going behind the back, going to her left. She gets into the paint, spins around. Van Cannon falls over. She's able to get back on her feet. That's what you practice. Hit the ground, get up. Because then becomes a number game. 5-on-4 if you're on the ground, leaving someone open. Get it into the side. They're just moving around the ball at the top of the key, just trying to find somewhere to go. Brown with some good defense right into the grill of Connors. Into the lane, and what a block! Kincaid said, how do you like me now? Barnes into the corner. They thought about it. Floater, and that's good. Good move by Clark. Decided not to go for the three. Went around baseline and went for the push shot to get 2 points and make it a 10-point lead once again for the visiting club. Bradley smacked, and Van Cannon will be pinned with her second foul, and Bradley will get to go back to the line. And Kratz and her assistant both doing the same thing, saying, hey, go straight up. Don't need to reach and try to slap that ball away, especially when you're the visiting team. Bradley missing the first one. There's clearly a foul, so I don't think anyone's saying ball don't lie on that one. And Bradley will split. Missing the first one, making the second one. Back to a 9-point game. Valpo trying to inbound the ball and just getting in time. You got to think that for the referee, who's at 4.9 seconds. Valpo not turning the ball over after 1 point for Chesterton on their last trip down the floor. And Coach Kratz going to call a timeout. As Van Cannon was in a really tough spot on that far side of the floor. And Kratz, so she is frustrated. I think she is frustrated from what I'm hearing, is that when you have a 2-3 zone, you don't want to pass it into the corner, and that's what Chesterton is looking for. You get into the corner, you send the one girl down low and the one from up top and pin them into that corner, so you really have 3 defenders, the 2 defenders and the out of bounds, so nowhere to go for Van Cannon. And Coach just wants to clear things up. You got to know, for her, it's personal. She wants to beat her predecessor. And for her, it was a really easy transition. Already gained the nickname Coach K from her players. And some players even saying, we're getting to learn how to play basketball, not just how to run plays. That was from Candace Clark. Inbound the ball to Clark. They get into the corner. Van Cannon dribbling out with her left hand. Chesterton bringing the pressure. But against this zone, you want to try and get it right into the middle and move that ball ever so quickly. Barnes into the corner, back out, and yeah, she got hit. You could hear that from up here. Liv Roach, the 5'9" junior, being called with her third foul. And you got to think that Wilson's going to bring her out, and she is. Roach out, Delbeck in, the 5'9" freshman who did not play against Kankakee Valley, and you have a kickball violation. You see that on our screen? Yeah, you can. The Grinch in attendance. I guess it's not Christmas just yet, so he's nothing to steal, but enjoy some good Indiana basketball. Corner 3. It's off, and looked like Valpo had a chance to get an offensive rebound, but hit the iron so hard that it bounced back out. Bradley down the lane. She got hit, regained the ball, A move by Connors. Connors gets blocked. And that was Clark in her hand on the ball. Barnes dribbling around defenders, going down the lane, and her shot is off, but there was a foul called before. There was no shot. She will not get a chance to go to the line. And Connors gets her third foul. So a couple of Chesterton Trojans getting into foul trouble. A couple of their starters. Barnes gets the screen, leaving the player down low, wide open. Cheyenne Brown with the pick and roll, and it pays dividends. Largest lead for the Vikings, an 11-point advantage. Trojans off to a slow start offensively. And there's a block from Barnes. Oh my goodness, meet me at the rim. Novia Brandon tried to go with the offhand, and Barnes was not having it. She did have a block in the last game. She has a couple of blocks here tonight. She is a stat stuffer. Valpo won the 5-second call. Bad situation here for Chesterton. And they're just going to let Barnes knock it out of bounds on purpose just to reset. Valpo's defense is really putting Chesterton's offense into really bad situations. As Novia Brandon was like a deer in headlights in the corner. Two defenders on her, nowhere to go. It was Clark and Barnes right there, just pinning her. And she couldn't get it to one of her fellow Trojans. Bradley calling for a screen. She gets it, gets the switch, and a foul called on Valpo. And the Vikings fans are letting Sam Michael hear it. Bree Finn Cannon gets her third foul, saying that she pushed off. The screen was being set by Haley Geyser, who's checked in. She's setting another screen for Bradley. Bradley to her right, into the corner. Girl goes down. That was Barnes. And a good recovery by Brown to get over there and deter the shot. Barnes going down the floor. The body's hitting the floor. She gets it. She goes down, and she's going to go to the line. Barnes is a one-woman fast break. She gets the ball, goes down the floor, relies on her speed and her ball handling ability to get around defenders trying to slow her down. And that's how she's been able to get to the line a few times. And it does help when she does get to the line. She does not miss. She's been pure from the charity stripe so far in this game. Finn Cannon, who has 3 fouls, will head to the bench for a breather. Hoffman coming back in. And Barnes with the old broadcaster's jinx. Of course, mentioned how she's been perfect, and she misses the next free throw. That's on me. I'll admit it. You don't think it's real, but then you actually see it for yourself. I know Zach Zanelli, who's producing the game, has plenty of broadcasters jinx in his time. Spin move. Oh, girl open. Shot missed. They're trying to go down low, but Valpo sends 3 or 4 defenders down there. They'd rather see Chesterton chuck it from the cheap seats. Hoffman feeds it. Wasserman to Barnes. Barnes spinning, and a pirouette turns into 2. Was that a baby hook? Wasn't quite a sky hook. And listen to the Valpo fans behind us. You can't tell me this isn't personal for the Vikings. As Wilson takes a timeout. It's a full timeout, and we will take a break. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The
thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Welcome back, as the Valpo fans have had a lot to cheer about. One of the assistant coaches for Valpo was pumping up the crowd. Coach Wilson said it wasn't personal for her. Didn't mean it wasn't personal for the Valpo Vikings. It's the brawl in Porter County. When you think of Porter County programs that have seen a lot of success in different sports, these are the two schools you think of, whether it be in football or basketball or even baseball. These two teams want to beat each other badly. You have to think for Valpo and their players. They had to circle this game once the schedule came out. They wanted this game badly. And to do it on the road would even be huge for the Vikings. Barnes with another steal. She is racking them up tonight. Hoffman from behind the line. Air ball regained by Clark down low with her back to the basket. She secures the rebound and gets 2 points. 16-point lead for the visiting Vikings on this Friday night. It's been a long time since Chesterton has scored. And what a block. And someone hit the ground hard. Van Clay attacked. Shot was blocked, but she was in midair and hit the ground hard. But luckily, she's up and she's good to go. Substitutions. Fincannon and Kincaid in. Hoffman and Wasserman coming out. Brandon will get a breather. Inbound turned into a three that was off the mark from Roach. Bullet pass. One more pass, and a good recovery by Chesterton. The ball movement has been excellent for Valpo. String some passes together, get an open look, and knock it down. But Geyser, the senior, was able to run down the floor and deflect that pass. That's off the leg of a Chesterton defender as Barnes inbounded it, but luckily it rolled into the waiting arms of Cheyenne Brown. Kincaid to Fincannon. Fincannon going into the lane. Hands off to Barnes. Barnes with a good step gets into the lane, and she puts it into the basket, but Dave Uran's going to say that's a foul before the shot. Both teams at 4 fouls apiece, so that was the last foul to give for Chesterton. And a good take foul by Van Clay, so good awareness that they had a foul to give as Barnes had no one between her and the basket. Inbound pass gets deflected away. Both teams at times have had a hard time inbounding the basketball. And Van Clay using her long reach to make it very tough on Barnes to inbound the basketball. 38-22 Vikings. Clark, known as CC, hearing that nickname behind me, got the ball. Trying to go for the pick and pop, but Kincaid had nowhere to go. Barnes regains the ball, going to her left. She's going to go for a long two, and Lillian Barnes. She is doing everything for her team. This might be one of their best performances she has had all season. Of course, she's had a couple of 30-point games, but all around, this could be her best. Corner three from the cheap seats, and that's going to hit the net. Lindsay McGuffey. She had a three in the first half. She gets one there, and that breaks a scoring drought for Chesterton. Barnes in the lane, tossing it around, and she gets called for a travel. Oh, man. Not sure about that one. You can hear the Valpo fans telling the story better than I can. They're not happy with the call. Right now, I would say San Michael's on their naughty list after that one, so they'll get called for Christmas this year. Yeah, foul on Brown, putting her chest into Delbeck. And her third foul, and that's going to put Chesterton at the line. Delbeck is 9 for 13 from the charity stripe this year. That's 69%. She did not play versus KV, but she had 6 points against Plymouth. First free throw is off to the right. 1:47 to go in the third quarter. First quarter was close, but in the second and third, the important quarters, the middle quarters, have been nothing but Vikings. Both free throws missed by the freshman. And that's going to sting a little for Chesterton. Barnes, with 3 girls on her, spins, loses the ball, regains it. She's going to shoot from the free throw line. And how did she make that? Gets the friendly roll as it kisses off the front rim, then the glass, and then going down the twine. Barnes can be over 20 points. I don't have official stats, but just got to imagine the way that she's been playing tonight, doing everything for Valpo. She has been a fun watch here tonight on the road. Hostile environment. Chesterton gets 2. Gliding in for 2 points was Vengley. Again, it's Barnes. Barnes will take a tumble, and now she's going to go to the line. Both teams in the bonus with 61 seconds to go in the third quarter. You're watching the Region Sports Network. I'm Andrew Mild. Thank you for joining us. Barnes been to the line a good amount of times already tonight, only missing 1 attempt. That was our most recent attempt, but changing that by hitting their first one. Another substitution for Valparaiso, as this has turned into a 16-point game. And Barnes with a perfect trip to the line, going 2 for 2. We were tied at 13 a long time ago, but a 31-14 run for Valpo that has started since the second quarter. Chesterton having a hard time against this Valpo defense. Bradley pull-up jumper, and she missed everything. These Valpo fans are happy from what they're seeing. Chesterton in disbelief. This was a big game for them in this new era. And right now their fans have gone silent on that far side. Offman to Barnes. Barnes with a crossover from the elbow. And just too much on it. Goes out of bounds, and Valpo will get the ball. 24.4 seconds left. Barnes will inbound it from down low. Valpo going with 4 corners sort of offense here on their play. Inbounded to Clark. Clark had a 3 in the first half, and her pass was able to regain by Hoffman, and more of a ground ball approach than pass, if you will. 13 seconds. Barnes in no rush with her team up by 17. They could go up by 20 before going to the fourth quarter. Barnes gets hit, and she's going to go to the line, and that's not going to make Coach Wilson very happy. Did not look like Barnes was in control, but Van Clay got in her way and hit her, and Van Clay picked up a couple of fouls just by bumping Barnes. And Barnes, almost like an artist at getting to the free throw line. She puts pressure on the defense to get in front of her, and it's led to her putting some Chesterton Trojans in foul trouble, also picking up some 3 points for herself. She's now gone 4 for her last 4 in free throw attempts. Second left, going for a long pass, and that shot is not going to count. Not going to count. As for a moment, you heard the Chesterton fans go crazy for McGuffey, but Sam Michael making it very clear that shot will not count after it banked in. Valpo 1 quarter away from getting the win here on the road and going to a 6-game winning streak in 4-0 in conference play. We'll come back with the fourth quarter after this commercial break. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Better Beef of Indiana. Hormone-free, locally raised, and locally processed beef. Better Beef of Indiana is located in Valpo at 2600 Beach Street, where you could buy individual cuts of beef completely raised in Hebron. From single pounds of ground beef to filet mignon, Better Beef of Indiana has it all. Visit their website at betterbeefindiana.com. Follow them on Facebook or call the owner, Kevin, directly at 219-508-5797. Better Beef of Indiana, where quality meets value.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
3 quarters are in the books, and this game is being dominated by the Vikings. They are knocking at the gates of Chesterton as these Trojans kept up with them through a quarter and a half. But after that, Barnes has taken over. She's been the story of the game. And Valpo's defense making it very tough on Chesterton to gain any sort of traction on offense. They've been moving in quicksand, it feels like, in this game. And the Vikings playing with their hair on fire is 8 minutes away from a win. And a couple of passes leads to an easy 2 points for Delilah Kincaid. Barnes to Brown to Kincaid, and 2 points. It's a 21-point game and a travel. Those 2 plays right there really tell you how this game has gone since midway in the second quarter. Valpo with the chemistry on their side. Taking that one extra pass, not playing selfish basketball, and getting free field goals. A steal from Bradley. Bradley with the layup, and it's good. But then for Chesterton on their side, they've had some bad turnovers just from the pressure of Valpo. You can just tell that the Vikings have wanted it more tonight. Barnes with a bad pass, and they tried to save it, and Kincaid found the ball, couldn't make the shot. Barnes with 1 offensive rebound, 2 offensive rebounds, and 2 points. Lillian Barnes is the real deal. Big game Barnes. And Chesterton getting in transition and scoring 2 points. Bradley again. Ball gets deflected. Barnes, corner, getting a mid-range jumper. Up in the air, and it was hitting everything but the bottom of the basket. Going down the floor is McGuffey. McGuffey, Euro step, left hand, no. Fincannon clears the rebound. Barnes down the lane, and they're going to call a blocking foul. Lindsey Barnes going to go for an and-one chance. She has to be nearing 30. 12 double-digit scoring games for Lillian Barnes, a junior. I will not be surprised by next year to find out if she's going to a D1 school. I know some Purdue women's basketball fans are excited of having the idea of Lillian Barnes, but we'll see what kind of interest she gathers from other schools from around the state, maybe across the country. Their foul. Davey Rand calls it from down below the basket. And they're going to say that Kincaid was using her body to push back Reese Delbeck, the freshman who was below the basket, camped out in the paint. And she missed her last 2 free throws. She's going to get 2 more looks. No rotation on her shot. Hit off the back rim and went soaring through the air and makes her 0 for 3. 53-31 Valpo. Delbeck 0 for 2 again. Barnes with crossover, left hand to right hand, corner, Clark with the head fake, and they're going to call her for a travel. Clark had that same move earlier. Barnes got her into the corner, one-on-one. She goes for the head fake, attacks, and goes for the push shot, but she took too many steps before she took the dribble, so Valpo will be credited with a turnover, but don't think that we're thinking about that too much if they can get this blowout win here against Chesterton. At one point, is Coach Kraft's going to take out her starters. Barnes with the steal. Clark gets it. Barnes going with the right hand up and under, and she gets 2 points. The scoop shot. 55-31. Chesterton does have a conference loss, and it was a 22-point loss to the Lake Central Indians. And when Valpo and LC meet up. That should be a fun one. Clark gets her hand on the ball. Defender falls over, and Candace Clark with 2 more points, and this is just getting ugly. 26-point advantage for Valparaiso. So going man-to-man here. Chesterton trying to see if they can set up their offense, but they turn the ball over for a 3rd straight time. Been tough for the Trojans as Barnes spins. 2 girls on her, and wow, what a shot! Barnes, I don't want to call it a fadeaway, but she shot from her hip and got 2 points. 4.5 minutes to go. 28-point lead. And Valparaiso is going to get an and 1 chance to Layla Kincaid. McGuffey called for the foul. And a timeout for Chesterton. It's been all Valpo. They're up by 30, their largest lead of the day, and they're 424 from getting their 4th straight win in conference play. We'll be right back after the break. You're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Thank you for joining us on the Region Sports Network. No matter where you're watching us, hopefully you're having a good Friday night. I can tell you this much. Valparaiso girls basketball has enjoyed their Friday night. Coming over here to Chesterton, not a far drive. Going up against their former coach, a program that desperately wants to beat them. But Valpo is 4 minutes and 24 seconds away from their 6th straight win against their Porter County rival. Kincaid made the shot before the timeout, and she's going to go to the line as she was smacked. And we're starting to see some mass substitutions for both sides. Free throw is off. Offensive rebound knocked away, and a hustle play by Kennedy Bradley to get the steal. It looked like offense was about to get the offensive rebound. Not too many starters left out there for either side. Trying to get through this game healthy, as Valpo will have a game against Hammond Central tomorrow, and then they'll play on December 28th after Christmas against Fort Wayne Snyder. 2 points on a layup attempt. That basket from Geyser, the senior. For Chesterton, they're going to get some time off. They won't play until the new year, and they'll be in the in-season tournament. They're not sure who their opponent is. It says TBA on Max Preps. That'll be on January 4th. Ball movement, shot from the mid-range, and it was left short. (61-33). A dominant performance from Valpo. Going to go on a 6-game winning streak. They've lost some games to some tough teams. Same can be said for Chesterton. The Valpo showing that they are a strong team and a team to be reckoned with. And they're trying to win their 3rd straight sectional championship come playoff time in March. Foul called. And Dave Urant almost getting Clark as she was walking back to her bench. Wasserman will be called for the foul, and it's Delbeck at the line, and you can tell she's getting a little frustrated from their body language. She's missed 5 straight free throws. You can tell she's going a little bit slower this time, going through the process. And 0 for 6. Tough night for Delbeck at the charity stripe. Good thing it's only December. You still have some time to iron that out if you're Delbeck. I would say by next practice she'll be camped out at the stripe. And the Valpo bench getting excited as some bench players are coming in. We'll have to see who this one is. It's Alexis Gonzalez. She's a freshman on the JV squad as Clark is going to come out. Warm cries of CC coming from behind us. Chesterton inbounding the ball, and there's going to be a holding call on Gonzalez. That's not how you want to start your varsity career and get called for a foul. So Gonzalez playing the JV game as Valpo won that contest, and it looked like they're going to get a clean sweep from the JV and varsity. Bradley down the lane, and an offensive foul. Hoffman came from the wreckage with thunderous applause as Coach Kratz, I think she was more excited for the charge being gained by her team than her team hitting some three-pointers. Always got to appreciate watching your players put their body on the line, even in a blowout game like this. They're up by 28. Gonzalez with one more pass. And Valpo, maybe too many passes. And Sam Michael making the call. I think he's going to call a foul, and he's going to call a foul. Ollie Harden got her first foul, and that was the last foul to give for Valpo. But with 2 minutes to go, doesn't quite matter if Chesterton getting back to the line late. Well, somehow they can gain 28 free throws in a row. Gonzalez guarding, and another charge! Back-to-back charges from Hoffman, and she is proud. Coach Kratz is proud. The bench is clapping their hands and smiling ear to ear. I think Hoffman just also flexed a muscle. I'm already hearing from behind me. He didn't have that stat on hand, but everyone's saying that's 4 charges she's been able to gain this year. Jump ball. And that's going to belong to Chesterton. Under 2 minutes to go. Coach Kratz saying no more press. Sending back Gonzalez, the freshman, very eager to make these minutes count. The freshman on a very talented Valpo team like this, she's not going to get too many minutes, but she has earned them through her play on the JV level. Blocking foul as Valpo tried to gain at least one more charging foul as Wasserman will be called for the block. Allison Van Clay to the line. 61-33. Don't forget we have some awards to hand out at the end of the game. With some of the steals we've seen tonight from the Valparaiso Vikings that led to some buckets are some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4 Indiana/Kentucky. At BAC Local 4 Indiana/Kentucky, you'll develop skills that will last a lifetime. For more info, visit baclocal4.org. Chesterton having a rough time at the free throw line tonight, as both those free throws were missed by Van Clay. And foul called, and a couple of Valpo Vikings wide open going down the court, and 2 more points will be added. It's a 30-point assault by Valpo on the Trojans. The Vikings fans behind us have been relentless. Chesterton fans have had to sit on their hands. That midway through the second quarter, 3-pointer on the way, and it's just off. The attempt there from Bradley. And Valpo might just play keep away right here and let this clock run out No, they're going to keep being aggressive. No, maybe not. Had a shot there, but decided to just keep it in her back pocket and pass it one more time. And there's another substitution for Chesterton. Taylor Kessick. Under a minute. Valpo fans getting quiet. I think they're going to possibly go crazy at the end of this game. It's been over for quite some time. Valpo showing off their skills today, just how good they are and how badly they want to get back to semi-state after falling just short. A block, and that time it's not going to be a charge game from Hoffman. Smiles all around for the Valpo fans and players, but not because they got a charge, but instead Hoffman tried to go for an Oscar, I think. Shrugging to her bench saying, hey, you can't hurt but try. I think a couple more freshmen are coming in. Sedovich, Mackenzie Scott, and Addie Schultz. Valpo going deep into their bench, and as I mentioned, they have a game tomorrow, so they want to have some fresh legs for the game against Hammond Central. I'll be back in Valparaiso, so they'll at least be at home for that game. 31.7 seconds left. Just the JV squad at this point for Valpo in the game. Hey, they got the win, so might as well let them gain some varsity time. Gonzalez going to her left. Gonzalez has the ball slapped out of her hand onto her leg and out of bounds. And that clock is going to tick on down. Chesterton might be waving the white flag right here. 7 seconds, one more shot attempt, and there's no need of the foul there. I get playing hard, but no need to foul. Might as well just let them take the shot. It won't matter at the end, and get that ball and start celebrating your win. Ready to head to the locker room and celebrate another victory as Valparaiso, we said in their 5-game winning streak, they have a 20.2 average margin of victory. And right now they're leading by 28, so the average margin of victory is going to go up. Chesterton splits the free throws. They get the offensive rebound. Mid-range jumper is off. And the final buzzer sounds. And the Valparaiso Vikings come into Chesterton. And they walk away with no doubt in their mind that they were the better team tonight in this Porter County rivalry against the Chesterton Trojans as they beat their former coach, Candy Wilson, who left to come to Chesterton and be at her alma mater. And the Valparaiso Vikings, led by Lillian Barnes, will go to 8-4 and perfect in their first 4 contests in conference play, winning it 63-35. Chesterton go to 9-4 and 2-2 in DAC play as their 4-game winning streak was snapped here tonight. We will take a quick break and then we will come back to discuss tonight's game and go through the post-game awards. Of course, we have the Crown Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, and then the Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back because this has been the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's Insurance Professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
We are back live and seeing that final score pop up on your screen. The Valparaiso Vikings 63 and the Chesterton Trojans 34. I'm Andrew Mild, and we have some awards to hand out, some thank yous, and we'll discuss the game very quickly. But first, the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowd Company's the business professionals. Easy choice for me here, and I think a lot of fans would agree if you tuned in for maybe even just the second half. It's Lillian Barnes. She did everything. She is a microwave type scorer. Once she started getting going, she could not miss. She scored from down low, from the mid-range, from three. She facilitated. She played great defense with steals and blocks, and Lillian Barnes was a one-girl wrecking crew tonight. And you see the stats from her. Over 23 points a game. She's already over 1,000 points in her career, and you can see why. She has been just a lethal scorer since joining Valparaiso's basketball program, and she is quickly approaching 1,200 points in her career. We also have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Going to give this one to Kennedy Bradley. Chesterton's offense was stuck in the mud at times, it felt, against this Valpo defense, but I will say when Kennedy Bradley got her opportunities, she knocked them down. She was going up against a really tough defender in the number 12 of Bree Fancannon, and I will say that Bradley, she had some key threes for Chesterton to keep them in the game early, but you can't do it yourself, especially against a team like Valparaiso, and that's why Chesterton falls short tonight. And you have the Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. And the Proud Union Home Play of the Game for tonight's game is that buzzer beater to close out the first quarter. It was a really nice play as it was Barnes getting the screen, rolling to her right, passing it to Cheyenne Brown, who was open. She attempted the three and knocked it down, and it really gave Valparaiso some momentum. Even though that first quarter was somewhat sloppy for Valpo, they committed a lot of fouls. They had some turnovers, whether it be forced or unforced. They were just giving the ball back to Chesterton numerous times. But when Brown hit that three, it really seemed to get that offense going, and that's how the Vikings then midway through the second quarter pulled away and never looked back, leaving Chesterton in the dust in a visiting contest. But I got to say, tonight was a night for Valpo that they've been looking for quite some time. They beat their former coach, and Candy Wilson has not suffered a defeat like that in her illustrious career. She's 10th in victories among active coaches in girls basketball across the state for 27th season. And she comes here to Chesterton, and they're still struggling offensively. We saw it tonight. Their defense is still very solid, but Chesterton has some things to clean up, especially at the free throw line. They miss a lot of points by not knocking down their free throws. Valpo, on the other hand, hit every sort of free throw imaginable against Chesterton. But all in all, the Valparaiso Vikings are going to have a really good shot to three-peat as sectional champions, and a good chance they might see Chesterton one more time. And that's going to do it here. The thank yous go out to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, operations manager, Rich Castillo, coordinating producer, Zach Miller, and the sports director, Mike DeWan. My producer, Zach Zanelli, doing a great job, and Joe Henrich over on camera capturing all the action for us tonight. The coaches for both sides, Kelly Kratz and Candy Wilson. The ADs of Valpo and Chesterton, Stacy Adams and Jeff Hamstra. And, of course, the viewers on Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports Network, and IHSAA TV. We thank you for watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in time. I've been Andrew Mild. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, and we'll see you for more athletics here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.